Now, I have a great idea for today's show. That is, I'm going to review affordable audio. Now, sure, I review a lot of expensive stuff and a lot of very affordable audio, at least by audiophile standards. But today's show is going to be about, well, really, really, really affordable audio. Namely, these two products from Dayton Audio. First one is the classic B65 two-way bookshelf speaker, and also the DTA 2.1 BT2, little integrated amplifier. You know, when I open the boxes for stuff like this, I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to get into, but actually with Dayton Audio, they have a pretty good track record of making crazy affordable stuff that sounds pretty darn decent. And it definitely was true for the classic B65 two-way speaker. Now, it has a 1-inch silk dome tweeter in a recessed waveguide, and also a 6.5-inch poly mid-woofer. 6.5-inch mid-woofer. That's pretty rare at this price, which is $70 a pair. Yes, $70 a pair in this lovely walnut finish I have here, and also black. Both finishes, same price. They're both vinyl, but I gotta say, this vinyl wood finish actually looks pretty credible. So again, above and beyond what you'd expect. Now, these speakers are not ported designs, no front or rear port. No, these are sealed box speakers, aka acoustic suspension designs. And around back, a tasty set of 5-way binding posts. That's also not the regular course, because usually in under $100 speakers you get these cheesy spring clip connectors. Not this time, actual binding posts. May even be gold-plated binding posts. Pretty snazzy. And as for the grills, they're cloth grills, and they're on I think it's a masonite backing. So they're actually very sturdy grills. Again, above and beyond what you expect for $70 a pair. And as for the sound, yeah, I wouldn't be doing the review if I didn't think the sound was worth your time and mine. This little amplifier, the DTA 2.1 BT2, is $85. It's a tiny little amplifier, but the chassis is extruded aluminum, so it actually feels pretty solid. And the knob feel, again, above and beyond what you'd expect for an $85 amplifier. Now, round back, yes, there's one set of RCA inputs, one 3.5 millimeter line level input, and 3 sets of binding posts for speaker output. The speaker channel outputs are 50 watts per channel, and the subwoofer, is 100 watts. But before we go too far here, for passive subwoofers, of which certainly I don't have any on hand to test with this little amplifier, and chances are neither do you. But I'm sure Dayton Audio sells passive subwoofers, and that's why it's there. Yeah, we're looking good. And what else? Oh, they both come with 5-year warranties. And while they're no threat to Wilson Audio or Zoo or Harbeth, no, we're not talking about that kind of performance, right? But for the money, I was very impressed with the performance. As soon as I hooked them up, I was like, okay, we're good to go. Because I wasn't even sure I was going to do this review. They had to be above a certain minimum requirement, right? And they certainly sailed through that test. Well, who is this speaker really for? I think it's for, well, perfect for a kid that wants their first hi-fi in their bedroom or something. Oh yeah, with the matching amplifier. What a beautiful little combination. And since it's Bluetooth, they can play it right over their phone. They don't have to add anything else to the system, and they are good to go. Or you could use it in a kitchen system, you know, or a workshop, or in the basement or garage or something like that. That's how I see this speaker fitting in for audiophiles that need some sound in other spaces in their home. That's what this is all about. And for that, I think it's excellent. Now, I did listen with the Bluetooth at first, and I thought it's passable. It's fine. It's just kind of lacking. It's lacking in detail. It's lacking in oomph. It doesn't seem to have any get up and go. to move things along, I decided to play CDs instead of listening to Bluetooth. So I hooked up my Cambridge Audio CXC transport and this Emotiva DAC. And that went directly into the line input on the Dayton amplifier. And things got immediately a lot better. My opinion of the speakers jumped up a couple of notches. These are serious little speakers. This John Hassell CD is the first piece of music I played, and it is an extraordinary recording. It's on the Water Lily Acoustics label. Definitely high-level audiophile recording. Full dynamic range, no compression, all that good stuff, right? And it's recorded in a church in California, and you really feel like with the best systems, you're in that room, in that church. It's that good. Look for it. And anyway, the music itself, John Hassell plays trumpet. It's a very atmospheric, almost ambient type session. It's a lot of space, a lot of depth. And these speakers could actually do that. I was really surprised I was getting imaging behind the plane of the speakers. And they just really opened up. We were off to a really good start. But I did feel at this point, as much as I enjoyed what I just heard and I just told you about, I thought, I really feel, and I had been listening to other bits of music I'm not sharing with you right now, I really felt like that Dayton audio amplifier, DTA 2.1 BT2, it's good. Good for the money, $85, but I felt like I wasn't really getting everything out of the classic B65s. So I decided to do an amplifier upgrade. And I went to this amp, which I will review here on the channel. It's made by Vista Audio. They're in Serbia. They make their amplifiers in Serbia. It's a Class AB design. It's 30 watts channel. It's really good. So I swapped out the Dayton Audio amplifier for the Vista Audio, and things got a lot better. Yes. Now this is a much more expensive amplifier. I think it's $450, I think, something like that. But anyway, a lot more expensive than the Dayton amp. And yeah, it sounded a lot better. Because like I said, I wanted to hear really what these speakers could do. So yes, the Vista Audio amp was doing that for me. And again, I'm playing the John Hassell CD, and the space just got bigger, more dynamically alive. Everything was cooking, and I was very, very happy. I wanted to play this another audiophile recording on the reference label, Nojima Plays List. Solo piano, extremely dynamic recording. I popped that in the Cambridge player, hit play, and guess what happened? It was like, whoa, this is really, really impressive. This combination of Vista Audio and the classic B65, because you feel his fingers on the keys. That was the touch, the subtle dynamics, the big dynamics, they came through extremely well. Pause. Let's stop for just a second. Well, for a little speaker like this, compared to, let's say, the Klipsch RP600M Mark II, which are much bigger speakers, and I think they're $650 a pair. No, those do it a lot better. But they are a lot more money. So in proportion here. So anyway, what I'm saying here, over and over again, I felt like these speakers are actually a step above just background speakers. You could really listen to these, but I don't think that too many advanced audiophiles will be tossing their Martin Logans for these. Now, these are good for what they are. Very good for what they are. To listen to some vocals, I went with this Amber Rubarth CD. Now, I was present at this session. It was recorded here in Brooklyn by Chesky Records. And my memories of that session are so vivid, especially when I listened to this music, because she was pretty young. I think she was 26 or 27 years old. She hadn't been a singer that long at the time, but she seemed extra comfortable. She wasn't nervous. She was just very chill and just take after take, no problem. Never made a mistake. And this ease of her performance shined through these speakers. It really took me back in time. And anyway, if you're into singer, songwriter, female folk singer type people, you definitely should check out this recording and the one that she did after this, which is called Scribbled Symphonies. something like that. Anyway, both highly recommended, true audiophile recordings. But to finish up, I went with some stuff that was definitely not audiophile recordings, but great music, was this Studio One sampler. And Studio One is a Jamaican label. It's reggae music, and it's great music, but it's not great sounding music. It has a lot of bass. So I was playing that, and I was pushing the volume up and up and up, and I definitely felt some strain. So no, they're not kick-ass speakers. No, I'm sorry, that's not what they do. But at low to moderate volume levels, I think they are quite good. I am now ready to charge right into. So Steve, what do you really think of the Dayton Audio Classic B65 and the Dayton Audio DTA 2.1 BT2? I think, as I've said before in this review, they are really, really good for the money. Actually, above and beyond what you'd expect for those kind of dollars. They come with 5-year warranties from Dayton Audio. That's pretty impressive. You'll find no other products at this price that have 5-year warranties. I like them. I like them a lot. It's nice to be surprised every now and then. And now we will move on to, you know it, you love it, the Audiophiliac viewer system of the day. This is Eric's system. He's 40 years old and he lives in Norway. His integrated amp is a Marantz PM15S2. The DAC, I've never seen this one before. This is an NAD Masters 51. Streamer is a WIM Pro. Blu-ray player, Sony BDP S370. Speakers are Triangle BR08s, sub Yamo sub 800. And the cables are Neotech and Isotech. Thank you, Eric. My name is Steve Guttenberg, and I am the Audiophiliac. I have this new project that I've done for the past few months, and that is make videos exclusively for my Patreon. In other words, they are not shown here on the YouTube channel. The only way to see them is to join my Patreon. You can join for just a few bucks a month, up to $50 or even $100 a month. And those people in those top 2 tiers, they have a conversation one-on-one with me at the beginning of every month. And it's fun. It's fun for them. I gotta tell you, it's fun for me. I've been doing this a long time now, and I've had some amazing conversations with my patrons. And this connection between me and my patrons, I think, kind of elevates what I do compared to the way it worked when I wrote for print magazines. Like I've done some work for Stereophile and other magazines where I never really met the people who read my copy for those magazines. But now, between talking to people and having the viewer systems of the day, I really feel like I know my audience. I really, really do. And I'm thrilled to do it. Anyway, that's enough babbling for today. I hope to see you back here again very, very soon. Bye-bye.